little late today. It is 7:15 a.m. currently, guys. I have the duty phone, so I had to do rounds late, so that's why I do still have it, as you can see. I have this phone until 5 p.m. today. Luckily, I was lucky. Like, I only got 2 calls. However, one call was for my community, and the other call was, like, wrong number. So, the calls that I did get, I'd have to go outside. It's tiring, guys. I feel like I could have, still been in my bed lying down, and I would have been fine just like sleeping still. So we'll see how I feel get through this, but I kind of realized that like anytime I do my work, for some reason I always start yawning. It's really weird in my opinion, but not too bad. So yeah, as I said, we're gonna read this chapter. I started it yesterday, however, I didn't finish. We had a lot of engagement on the lives yesterday, which was pretty awesome. So I was just mostly like speaking to the people who were leaving comments. So if you're watching the recording, I'm so glad that you guys returned to the channel. Hopefully you guys are gonna have an amazing day today. Feel free to leave a comment. Any fun plans for the day? And if you are a new viewer here, welcome to the channel. Remember, feel free to like the video, subscribe. I try to show you my life, ranging from graduate school content, fashion videos, every technology video. Yeah, so let's start reading. So what I'm gonna be doing today, gonna read this textbook chapter. I think I might want to add some information to a study guide that I have, because the professor, she's like, if you do study guides, your exam's gonna go back like in 5 minutes. So and a study guide might be a form of extra credit, is not guaranteed, but I'm just gonna try and do all the extra credit I can in case I need it. So yeah, I'm gonna read this textbook chapter for my IS class. I'm gonna work on the study guide a little bit, and I think I'm gonna look at like some of the papers that I've written, see if I can edit anything up. We'll see what happens. But good morning. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Uniquely Mia here, dual degree graduate student studying public administration and criminal justice. This semester I'm taking 5 grad classes. I have to get an override for it. So it's not norm to take 5 graduate classes. So I'm trying to work on the weekends to just like make sure that I'm staying ahead and on top of everything. Luckily, one class is only 7 weeks long. So once the 7-week class starts, I'll resume back with like LSAT studying, content, things like that. Welcome, California. What does SYNAU mean? Oh, it's an Indian term? Okay, well, welcome from India. I'm assuming that's where you're tuning in from. Hey, CJ. Good morning. Welcome. How are you doing today? I'm doing okay. I just woke up. I feel a little bit tired. However, I didn't want to lie down still. I feel bad sometimes when I lie down late. I woke up late today. Normally, I wake up like at 6 on the weekends. It's 7. But I'm on call, so I had the duty phone last night. I still have the phone. So, yeah. Hey, welcome. Laws, how are you doing? Glad you could tune in this morning. Welcome to the channel, everyone. Would love to know what country are you guys tuning in from? What are you doing today? I am a dual degree graduate student studying public administration and criminal justice, guys, and I show you my life. And this morning we are going to start reading some textbook chapter, or continue on reading textbook chapters. So if you guys want to learn about social media and I guess essentially what social media is, I feel like this is a great chapter to listen to, guys. And make sure to please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. I try to go live daily to every other day. I do Eat With Me, technology videos, fashion videos, travel videos. When I go places, I'm essentially showing you guys my life. And I call this our unique community. My name's Unique Lamia, and you are welcome on this community for your uniqueness, I like to say. Regardless of what you look like, what you believe in, what your religion is, as long as we communicate to each other respectfully, guys, feel free to subscribe and you can be welcome on this channel. So let us get into the reading, guys.
Social shopping platforms. Social shopping platforms combine two highly popular online activities, shopping and social networking. Their growth in popularity can be attributed to two things: choice overload and users eager for expert advice to decide what to purchase. Members of social shopping sites can typically build their own pages to collect information and photos about items in which they are interested. Some social shopping platforms have implemented a reward system for members, in which they are paid a commission each time another shopper acts on their recommendation to purchase a specific item. Asterisk. There are numerous social shopping platforms, a few of which are summarized in Table 9.3. Table 9.3 sample of social shopping platforms. Social shopping platforms generate revenue through retailer advertising. Retailers can purchase member data and comments via some social shopping platforms to find out what consumers like and don't like and what they are looking for in items sold by the retailer. This can help the retailer design product improvements and come up with ideas for new product lines. Critical thinking exercise. Your organization specializes in selling fashionable clothes to tweens, aged 10 to 12, who wear only the most carefully selected clothes that allow them to project the exact image they want to put out there, right down to their socks. The head of marketing for your company wants to augment in-store sales with sales from a social shopping platform. How might such a platform be designed to appeal to the target audience? What special issues might arise in marketing to this youthful market? Social networking ethical issues. When you have an internet community of nearly 4 billion people online, not everyone is going to be a good neighbor and abide by the rules of the community. Many will stretch or exceed the bounds of generally accepted behavior. Some common ethical issues that arise for members of social networking platforms are online abuse, harassment, stalking, cyberbullying, encounters with sexual predators, the uploading of inappropriate material, and the participation of employees in social networking. Additional social networking issues include the increased risk of accidents associated with social media interaction while driving, the tendency of many social media users to become narcissist in their postings, and the ability to perform self-image manipulation.
So this social shopping platform, obviously it can be apps like maybe TikTok where you can buy stuff off of it. But another thing, it said that it often incentivizes its users by when you recommend somebody, you get rewards. So I know Cash App used to do that. So that can be an example of it for you guys. If you have Cash App or anything that you have some form of technology that when you recommend friends, you get like rewards for it when they buy something, or if you can just buy stuff off of it and you get points for it, that can be an example of the social shopping network. What did you say, CJ? Quick question for the game to be with me. I will give you 4 more money. I'm not playing a game, CJ. What do you mean by that? What video game are you talking about? This is my textbook chapter. So I'm a grad student, so I'm listening, and you guys are listening as well to the textbook chapter, and I'm taking notes on it, and then you guys can listen and take notes, and then if something interesting pops out, I'm just adding like clarifying topics based on clarifying words based on what I think it means. So welcome to the channel. If you're new, make sure to like the video and do consider subscribing and sticking around.
Cyber abuse, cyber harassment, and cyber stalking. Cyber abuse is any form of mistreatment or lack of care, both physical and mental, based on the use of an electronic communications device that causes harm and distress to others. Cyber abuse encompasses both cyber harassment and cyber stalking, a broad spectrum of behaviors wherein someone acts in a way that causes harm and distress to others. Instances of cyber abuse are not always clear. Cyber harassment is a form of cyber abuse in which the abusive behavior, which involves the use of an electronic communications device, is degrading, humiliating, hurtful, insulting, intimidating, malicious, or otherwise offensive to an individual or group of individuals, causing substantial emotional distress. Nearly 3/4, 72%, of US internet users have witnessed online harassment or abuse, and almost half, 47%, have personally experienced cyber abuse. Here are a few tips to help you avoid becoming a victim of cyber abuse. Always use a strong, unique password, 12+ characters, including a mix of numbers, capital letters, and special characters, for each social networking site. If you broke up with an intimate partner, reset the passwords on all of your accounts, including email, financial, and social networking accounts. Check your privacy settings to ensure that you are sharing only the information you want to share with only people you trust and not the general internet public. Some sites have options for you to test how your profile is being viewed by others. Use this feature to make sure you only reveal what is absolutely necessary. Warn your friends and acquaintances not to post personal information about you, especially your contact information and location. Don't post photographs of your home that might indicate its location by showing the street address or a nearby identifying landmark. If you connect your smartphone to your online account, do not provide live updates on your location or activities. Avoid posting information about your current or future locations. Do not accept friend requests from strangers. Avoid online polls, quizzes, or surveys that ask for personal information. Cyberstalking is a subcategory of cyberabuse that consists of a long-term pattern of unwanted, persistent pursuit and intrusive behavior, involving the use of an electronic communications device that is directed by one person against another and that causes fear and distress in the victim. Occasionally, cyberstalkers are complete strangers, but it is more common for victims to know the stalker. Cyberstalking can be a serious problem for victims, terrifying them and causing mental anguish. It is not unusual for cyberstalking to escalate into abusive or excessive phone calls, threatening or obscene mail, trespassing, vandalism, physical stalking, and even physical assault. Overall, 8% of US internet users say they have experienced cyberstalking to the point of feeling unsafe or afraid. Young people, especially women under 30, are more likely to be targets of cyberstalking. It is estimated that 14% of internet users under 30 years of age have been cyberstalked, including 20% of women under 30. Note that cyberharassment differs from cyberstalking in that it is aimed at tormenting an individual but does not involve a credible threat of physical harm. Table 9.4 provides examples of cyberharassment and cyberstalking. Table 9.4 Examples of cyberharassment and cyberstalking. The National Center for Victims of Crime offers a detailed set of recommended actions to combat cyberstalking, including the following. Contact local law enforcement authorities to obtain a restraining order prohibiting any further contact with you. Inform your ICE provider as well as the stalker's ICE. Provide the stalker a written notice that their contact is unwanted and that all further contact must cease. Consider suspending your social networking accounts until the cyberstalking situation has been resolved. Gather as much physical evidence as possible and document each instance of abusive contact. Never agree to meet with the stalker to talk things out. Additional information regarding cyberabuse is available at the sources listed in Table 9.5. Table 9.5 Resources for information related to cyberabuse. All 50 states have anti-stalking laws, and most of those laws address cyberstalking. In some states, to qualify as a stalker, the perpetrator must make a credible threat of violence against the victim. Other states require only that the perpetrator's conduct constitute an implied threat. There are also federal laws that address cyberstalking as shown in Table 9.6. Table 9.6 Federal laws addressing cyberstalking. Depending on the jurisdiction, a misdemeanor cyberstalking sentence may result in a prison sentence of up to a year in a county jail and fines of up to $1,000. Certain circumstances, for example, the accused trespassed or already has multiple cyberstalking charges or the victim was under 18 years of age, can raise a cyberstalking charge to a 4th-degree felony. A felony cyberstalking sentence may result in up to 5 years in a state prison, fines of up to $1,000, and possible lifetime registration as a sex offender.
You hear that, guys? This is speaking about cyber stalking, cyber abuse, harassment. Since we are all social media users, I'm a social media creator. Whether you guys are a social media viewer and a creator, guys, listen to this chapter. This is about cyber stalking, cyber harassment, whatever your age is, whether you're a kid, whether you're an adult, whether you're an elderly person. It's telling you how to keep yourself safe and the penalties that you can be faced with if you engage in cyber stalking, cyber abuse, or cyber harassment, guys.
Offender. Both misdemeanor and felony cyberstalking convictions may subject the perpetrator to counseling, possible confinement in a state-run hospital that treats mental illness, and a restraining order prohibiting any contact with the alleged victim. Encounters with...
I'm not done. I gotta write down the vocabulary words that person, narrator, reads really fast. Welcome, Eva. How are you doing? Main character syndrome. I'm not familiar with it, but I kind of get what you're trying to say. But I mean, isn't everyone a main character? I feel like everyone should look at their life and say, you know what? I'm the main character in my life. Because you are the main character in your life, guys, okay? So there's nothing bad about acting like or feeling like the main character. You know why? Because if you believe in reincarnation, you do get multiple lives. However, you only get one life that you actually remember unless you are like Phoebe from Charmed, like you're a psychic where you have visions and you're able to like tune into your past life. So I'm not 100% sure what the term main character syndrome means, but I kind of think you mean it like not in a nice way. But I'm going to flip it around because everyone, we're all main characters in our life. Because sometimes I would just look at people outside or look at people on social media and I'm like, and I analyze, I'm like, they have their own life. Like, they actually have their own stuff that they stress about, that they're happy about. And like, they have no idea who I am. You know why? Because they're the main character in their life. And I'm the main character in my life. And you're the main character in your life, okay? So, yeah. Let's see. Were you taking notes? Well, I'm taking the notes from like a narrator reading to me because I like to multitask when I take notes and it aids with like memory retention and studying because we're all different type of learners. I consider myself to be a visual learner and an auditory learner. That essentially means if I can and when it's available to me, I want something to read like especially for academics, guys, especially when I'm reading textbooks. Textbooks can be so boring. It can be really boring to read because I'm not just saying that because I read books for fun and I just read it with my own eyes, okay? I do not use a narrator or anything. But with textbooks, it's just so boring. So it allows me to like stay on track and really connect with the content when somebody else is reading it to me. So that's why I use it, one. And then two, I'm able to take notes simultaneously. So yes, it reads fast because if it reads slow, I would just literally get bored with it. So yeah, it allows me to multitask by taking notes and listening simultaneously. And then I also do buy platforms where I'm able to read hear electronically. Because if I go to the gym or if I'm going to the mall and I don't want to listen to music or I'm not talking to my mom or if I don't live stream with you guys, I can put my headphones in my ears and literally walk around and be like listening to my textbook chapter. So yeah, definitely try it out, guys, especially if you're a student. It's like audiobooks. Why do people listen to audiobooks? So definitely, like, if you're a student, I do recommend that you guys like use Vital Source to buy your textbooks because they have the narrator embedded and you're able to listen to it on the go and you're able to just get more done faster. Because as I always say, I like learning stuff, but I don't want to be doing schoolwork all day, guys, especially on the weekends. So this narrator just helps the reading process go by fast because I'm very slow-fied because I've had to do it in the past, like read a textbook without a narrator. It took me so long to read that textbook chapter. Just one chapter would take me like hours just because it was boring and the material was rigid and I had to pause and write out my stuff. So yeah, it just helps. Come on, college. Welcome, Gideon. I'm in grad school, so come on, grad school. If you're in college, come on, college for you. But luckily, I never have to complete college again. I'm so happy. I never have to undergo university ever again, okay? I have my undergrad degree. That's done with. I know some people get a master's degree and then they go back to undergrad. I'm not doing that. No. I'm not doing that. I just have to focus and stress about grad school. And then when I'm done with grad school, I'll have to focus and stress about another post education degree, okay? So yeah. Eva, are you new here? I think you're new here. But hey, Eva, welcome to the channel. I'm Unique Lamia, also known as Mia. I am a dual degree graduate student studying public administration and criminal justice. we're using present tense, so that means I am still in school, Eva. So welcome, welcome. On this channel, you can see grad school content from me, fashion videos, travel videos, eat with me, technology videos. I'm essentially showing you guys my life. So make sure you hit that like button and definitely consider subscribing to the channel, guys, because we're going on an educational journey. And I'm showing it to you guys. I also have educational videos posted on my channel. So if you guys want to see information about criminal justice or public administration, definitely consider watching those videos. Hey, MZ, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? Oh, it's well, Eve, welcome, welcome. So yeah, let's get back into it because I'm responding to your comments as I read. So like, continue to keep those comments coming, guys. But I don't want to be reading this all day. So let's get back into it because I do have more stuff I want to do. Like I want to read over an essay and other stuff too.
Encounters with sexual predators. Some social networking platforms, law enforcement, and the courts have been criticized for not doing enough to protect minors from encounters with sexual predators. Most law enforcement officers understand that dangers exist in not mandating internet restrictions for repeat sex offenders, but also realize that creating a national policy would be difficult because even convicted felons have First Amendment rights. A federal court ruled in early 2013 that an Indiana state law that prohibited use of social networks by registered sex offenders violated the First Amendment rights of the sex offenders and was unconstitutional. Similar laws in Nebraska and Louisiana have also been ruled unconstitutional. 8 other states have enacted laws that in some way restrict the use of the internet by sex offenders. Asterisk. The 1994 Jacob Wetterling Crimes Against Children and Sexually Violent Offender Registration Act set the initial requirements for sex offender registration and notification in the United States. The act requires sex offenders to register their residence with local law enforcement agencies. It also required that states create websites that provide information on sex offenders within the state. The goal of the act was to provide law enforcement and citizens with the location of all sex offenders in the community. However, which sex offenders and what data would appear on the websites was left to the various states to decide. Because of the lack of consistency among the various states, the act was less effective than desired, and sex offenders sometimes simply moved to states with less strict reporting requirements to avoid registering. Asterisk. The act was named after...
Let's avoid using profanities, guys. Okay, so, like, all opinions are welcome, but, like, okay, guys. And let's try not to make strong claims, okay? Or causal claims. So... yeah. This channel, all opinions, ideas are welcome, but remember, we want to keep it positive and we want to communicate respectfully. This chapter is on social media. Yesterday, I read like a section of the textbook, guys, and essentially I say it all the time, but this chapter is really reiterating and showing us that social media, you think you're safe on social media, you post something, you think employers won't be able to find your true account on who you are just because of your username. That's not true, guys, okay? So, yeah. Hey, L. What is that? Hey, Lil, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? I'm so glad you can tune in. How are you doing today?
After an 11-year-old Minnesota boy who was abducted and murdered in 1989.
What?
The Sex Offender Registration and Notification Provisions, SORNA, of the Adam Walsh Child Protection and Safety Act of 2006 improved on the Wetterling Act by setting national standards that govern which sex offenders must register and what data must be captured, as shown in Table 9.7.
Children.
Asterisk. Table 9.7 Sex Offender SORNA Data Requirements. The Adam Walsh Act also defines 3 tiers of sex offenders, each with different length of registration times and verification frequencies as shown in Table 9.8. Asterisk. The act was named for Adam Walsh, a young boy abducted from a Florida shopping mall and later found murdered. Table 9.8 Registration times and verification frequencies. Although the deadline for implementing a comprehensive national system for the registration of sex offenders was originally July 2009, none of the jurisdictions, the 50 states, 5 U.S. territories, the District of Columbia, and certain Indian tribes, met this goal. As a result, the Department of Justice granted 2 separate 1-year extensions. However, as of March 2017, only 17 states had implemented the SORNA requirements of the Adam Walsh Act. Asterisk. Law enforcement agencies point out that their workload has increased due to the increased frequency that offenders must update their registration data. In addition, public defenders and probation officers state that SORNA has made it more difficult for sex offenders to find housing and employment, thus making it more difficult for offenders to reintegrate into the community. Asterisk. Uploading of inappropriate material. Most social networking platforms have terms of use agreements, a privacy policy, or a content code of conduct that summarizes key legal aspects regarding use of the site.
Nope.
Typically, the terms state that the site has the right to delete the material and terminate user accounts that violate the site's policies. The policies set specific limits on content that is sexually explicit, defamatory, hateful, violent, or that promotes illegal activity. Policies do not stop all members of the community from attempting to post inappropriate material, and Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act protects a website from certain liabilities resulting from the publication of objectionable materials posted by the users of that website. Most sites do not have sufficient resources to review all materials submitted for posting. For example, more than 400 hours of content are uploaded to YouTube every minute. Quite often, it is only after other members of a social networking site complain about objectionable material that such material is taken down. This can be days or even weeks. Inappropriate material posted online includes non-consensual posts that comprise intimate photos or videos of people without their permission. Such posts are often referred to as revenge porn. This type of content is often uploaded by ex-partners with an intention to shame, embarrass, and/or harass their former partner. Revenge porn content is sometimes linked to the person's other online accounts, such as Facebook, LinkedIn, or even an employer's website, along with personal information including addresses and telephone numbers. In this context, revenge porn can be considered a form of domestic abuse and stalking. In March 2017, a report revealed that more than 2,500 photos of female Marines in various stages of undress or engaging in sexual acts had been posted to a closed Facebook group called Marines United, with more than 30,000 members. 1 month after discovery of the material, Facebook announced that it would modify its procedures for dealing with such material. In the future, when such content is reported to Facebook, a trained member of its community standards team will review it. If deemed in violation of the terms of the user agreement, the content will be removed and the account of the individual who posted it will be disabled. Facebook will employ artificial intelligence and image recognition to identify and prevent the posting of similar images in Facebook, Messenger, and Instagram.
Welcome everybody to the live stream. How are you all doing today? Stew Lover Kitchen, welcome. Glad you enjoy the content, that you love the lives. I really appreciate it. Sending hearts to all the subscribers, sending stars to the people who are watching but hasn't hit that subscribe button. You want the star to turn into a heart, you gotta subscribe, because the people who subscribed went the extra mile and decided to stick around. But I appreciate you all for being here, guys. Welcome back. If you are a return subscriber, welcome. If you are a new viewer here, this channel, we tend to promote positivity. You can get some travel videos thrown in there. Mostly you're going to get educational content because I am a dual degree grad student. And this chapter, I feel like I did live stream it, but I'm like, this is a beneficial chapter for all of us since we are all social media users. So yeah, if you pay attention, some important things are going to appear, and feel free to keep the comments coming, and I'll definitely respond to it when I see them, or when I take a break, because I feel like I'm gonna be responding to comments after each page that I read, because each chapter has an associated page.
Employee participation on social media networks. The First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution protects the right of freedom of expression from government interference. However, it does not prohibit free speech interference by private employers. So, while state and federal government employees have protection from retaliation for exercising certain First Amendment rights, some 18% of private employers surveyed say they have dismissed employees because of something they posted on social media. In 2016, a woman posted an expletive-laden, racist rant on her personal Facebook page. After another Facebook user checked her Facebook profile and discovered that she was a Bank of America employee, the bank received thousands of phone calls and social media comments challenging the hateful post. Her managers learned of the post one day, investigated, and fired her the next day for her inexcusable comments.
You heard that, guys? You're not protected on social media.
Organizations should put in place a social media policy to avoid legal issues and set clear guidelines and expectations for employees. With a policy in place, employees can feel empowered to exercise creativity and express their opinions without concern that what they are sharing on social media could negatively impact their career. Many examples of an effective employee social media policy that can be customized to meet your company's specific needs can be found online. Table 99 provides a checklist for reviewing your organization's social media policy. The preferred answer to each question is yes. Table 99 Manager's Checklist for an Effective Social Media Policy. Miscellaneous social media issues. Although many drivers believe that talking on a phone does not affect their driving, studies found that this activity quadruples your risk of an accident to about the same level as if you were driving drunk. That risk doubles again, to 8 times normal, if you are texting. Social media brings out the narcissist tendencies of users, driving them to go on and on about how great their life is and all the wonderful things they are doing. Such postings paint an unrealistic picture of the individual and become tedious to many, while others may become discouraged that their lives are not as interesting. Social media platforms also enable a degree of self-image manipulation. For example, Snapchat provides filters that alter the user's face by smoothing and whitening skin, changing eye shape, nose size, and jaw profile. Some users favor the filters because they enable users to feel more confident posting their photo, while others feel that the filters promote an unrealistic and westernized standard of beauty. Critical thinking exercise. The vice president of marketing at your company wants to start a program to encourage employees to share messages about the organization, its products, and its services on their own social media accounts. The goal is to expand awareness of the company and to create a more positive perception. What might be the advantages of such a program? What potential issues might arise? What sort of guidelines should employees be given about what they should and should not post? Should employees be offered an incentive to participate?
You heard that, guys. So please do not text and drive on social media. That the textbook said that increases the likelihood of accidents from occurring, and we don't want you to get into a car accident or any type of accident, okay? And then 2, do not be reliant on filters, okay? Snapchat filters, TikTok filters, they have like you can put on your face and like smoothens everything out and put like makeup on you automatically. Whatever social media app you're on, guys, because they said it can result in people having like feeling bad about how they look. And I can tell you, even though I can't see all of you right now, or I can only see myself honestly in your comments, but like, you are perfect the way you are. You look perfect the way you are. That is how God created you. That's how you were created. And obviously, sometimes you want to put on makeup. You want to put on fancy clothes to look better. As long as you're doing that because you want to do it, not because you feel like society is pressuring you to do that, okay? Be your unique self, as my mom would say. Hey, Zigzag. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for the fire. Thank you for... What is that, a cigarette? Really? Zigzag. Oh my god. No, do not do that, Zigzag. Do not smoke marijuana and drive. Do not do that, okay? That is not good. Okay, when you're driving, just drive, okay? No texting and driving. No drinking and driving. No smoking and driving. No reading and driving. When you're driving, just drive straight ahead, okay? With your hands on the steering wheel, your head straight ahead looking at the road, and your eyes wide open, okay? Don't do anything dangerous.
How do individuals use social networks? And what are some practical business uses of social networking and other social media tools? Social media are web-based communication channels and tools that enable people to interact with each other by creating online communities where they can share information, ideas, messages, and other content, including images, audio, and video. Bullet. A social networking platform creates an online community of internet users that enables members to break down barriers created by time, distance, and cultural differences. Such a site allows people to interact with others online by sharing opinions, insights, information, interests, and experiences. Bullet. The number of internet users worldwide is approaching 4 billion, or roughly half the population. Bullet. Many organizations employ social networking platforms to advertise, identify and access job candidates, improve customer service, and sell products and services. Bullet. An increasing number of business-oriented social networking platforms are designed to encourage and support relationships with consumers, clients, potential employees, suppliers, and business partners around the world. Bullet. Social media marketing involves the use of social networks to communicate and promote the benefits of products and services.
Yep-de-doo. Okay, that's a summary. So choose my highlighter. I lost orange. I lost the highlighter. Okay, so I need 2 colors. I need one to highlight the vocabulary words and one to highlight the headings or other key terms. Come, guys. What color you want me to use? Choose 2 colors. You want me to use yellow, pink, and green, or green? Or do you want it in a different arrangement? Do you guys want to choose? If you don't want to choose, then I'll make the executive decision. Okay, pink. Thank you, Zigzag. What about, I need another color. What other color? Green or yellow? I need 2. I highlight with 2 different ones. Boop. We got yellow or green. Green or yellow. Yellow or green. Green or yellow. Messed it up. We're in motion. Okay. Which one, guys? One more. Really, Zigzag? Oh my god. Okay. All right, let's do... How deep is for pink? Okay, so I'm going to highlight the vocabulary words with pink. And then I'm going to go in with, like, the green to star important stuff or, like, highlight headings. I used to not really understand the importance of highlighters because I'm like, I'm just coloring over my work. But now, like, when I go back in my notes, it makes it really easy to, like, distinguish between the keywords, between very important, like, terminologies or sections. For the most part, I try to stay consistent with the colors that I use just so it's easy for me to remember. But I'm not always... consistent with it because I do lose colors in my highlighting. Like sometimes I lose the green ones, sometimes I lose the orange ones. Like I had orange the other day and now I have no idea where the orange is, so yeah, it's very easy for me to lose things. But welcome to the live stream. Good morning. How are you all doing? I'm glad you guys tuned in to Uniquely Mia channel. Welcome back if you are a returning subscriber. Welcome if you are new. Thank you for your support, your continued support. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. I tend to post educational content, eat with me, technology video, fashion videos. I'm essentially showing you guys my life on social media and what's it like to be a dual degree graduate student in the United States of America, guys, okay? So make sure that you join me on my journey and we can all learn from each other. Zigzag said, don't be a bum, hit that like button, thumbs up, sub up or oil up. Wait, oil up, what? But yeah, definitely hit the thumbs up, like that video, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, as Zigzag said. So Zigzag, everyone else on the live, what are your plans for the day? Are you staying in today? It's Saturday for me. I did wake up a little late today just because I am on call I'm a resident assistant on campus, so I had the duty phone. I still have the duty phone. I have it until 5 p.m. So if anyone calls me, I have to answer it and go out. Luckily, I did get 2 calls. However, I just had to redirect. Like, one call wasn't for my community, so I had to, like, give the Ariane call. I had to, like, okay, so they weren't answering the phone, so I had to, like, go to the RA group chat and be like, hey, who's on call? You're not answering the phone. This person needs help, blah, blah, blah. That was sorted out. And then for the second one, a random person called. The number's like, hey, who is it? Like, I'm like, hey, this community. They're like, oh, wrong number. So I guess they just dialed the incorrect number. So I was good. I did not have to go outside. So hopefully it's a quiet day today again. But if it's not, like, I'm okay. Like, I'm okay with handling incidents in the day. I just can't do it in the night. Like, I can if I have to, but, like, I preferably nothing happens in the nighttime or, like, early in the morning. But if it's, like, 12 p.m., 1 p.m., something happens, I'm awake. It's okay. I'm fine. So, you're a bum. You're not a bum, Zigzag. You're uniquely Zigzag, okay? If you are not happy with your current circumstances or what you're currently doing in your life, try to make it better. Take the initiative and, I don't know, whether that's furthering your education, applying for jobs, acquiring a new skill, creating a social media platform to change your circumstances so you don't think you're a bum, Zigzag, do it. Because Uniquely Mia doesn't think you're a bum. Uniquely Mia thinks you're uniquely Zigzag. So now let us go. I'm going to see how many lecture videos she has posted because this professor, she has us read textbook chapters. And then she also posts lecture videos. Lecture videos is essentially the lecture video she posts. It's literally like reiteration of the textbook. However, I like to watch it just in case she adds something, says something interesting, expands on a particular topic. So if it's not too long or if there's not too many videos, I'll watch it today on the live stream. Let's see. Module 7. It's not too bad. She has one video that's 25 minutes long, though. For that video, I might watch the transcript because that one is a little too long. I mean, read the transcript because she has a transcript, and the transcript is literally the exact same thing that she says in the video. So, yeah. Hey, Lucas, welcome. What state are you from? I am from the state of New York in America. Yup. Let me get a coffee. I can't say I don't have a New York accent. At least I don't think I do. So they be saying coffee. Some of them says coffee. I can't say it how they say it. Let me get a coffee. Like, you know that person. You know that guy on TikTok? He says he's from New York and he says coffee. He says like, he doesn't say it weird, but like he says it like with an accent. So who said Americans don't have accents? Like, I don't think I have an accent, but when I go abroad to places, people are like, I realize I do have an accent to them. So like, you're not conscious of your own accent. Maybe some Americans are, but not me. Like, yeah. I'm not from North Dakota. Oh, you're from North Dakota, Zigzag? Hey, Lucas. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, yeah, you are. But you're the king of the weather when you give us weather reports. So you want to be known as king of the weather all the time, even without the weather reports, Lucas? Okay. So king of the weather is here. For the people who are new, king of the weather is our weather person, okay? King of the weather, aka known as Lucas. They'll come on and provide us with updates about various states, okay? King of the Weather said they are a future storm chaser, I believe. So, yeah, they're acquiring their skills now on Uniquely Mia channel, practicing it. So when they get that job, chasing those storms, and they ask what the work experience is, you can add Uniquely Mia's in there, like, hey, I'm the king of the weather, meteorologist person for this channel where Uniquely Mia has reach in India, in various states in the United States, in Europe, and I provide weather updates. So you will be ready for that job, King of the Weather, because you are acquiring those skills right now and implementing them. So yeah, what's our weather update, King of the Weather today? And I'm about to start watching this lecture video. So make sure, guys, that you're listening with your ears. Keep the comments coming, and I will respond to it once the video is finished. It's 60 minutes long, so let's get into it. Hey, Skippy, morning. Lucas said, welcome to King of the Weather's news and climate for the United States. Yup. Exactly. Good morning, Skippy. How are you doing today? Did you eat anything with peanut butter in it? I have to ask Skippy that because I was eating some pasta salad, guys, and Skippy was like, they said it would taste really good with peanut butter. But I don't have Skippy in my room to taste it, so I have to see, like, I want to see, like, what unique meal Skippy is eating, so I could probably taste one day and make it myself. Of course, yep, from the National Weather Service. Awesome.
Social networking, part 1 of 3, an overview. The learning outcomes include review the social networking sites with the most users, demonstrate how engagement is an important element of social media.
You have pasta spaghetti with Skippy peanut butter? Oh my God. Skippy? Wow. Okay. Wow. What did it taste like? That's a very unique meal. Do you think we could get my mom to make that and taste it, guys? Wow. Okay. How was it? Was it good, or did you not like it too much? Guys, if you are in Idaho, King of the Weather said there is an extreme cold warning. So stay warm. Don't go outside if you don't have to go outside, okay? We don't want you freezing. It was yummy.
Summarize how social networks operate. Show how people use social networks as an online community.
Really
Let's take
zigzag.
a look at some of the relevant social networking sites, starting with the big one, Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook had 2.16 billion users,
Wow.
with many of
That's a
those
lot.
users engaged and interacting with the app on a daily basis. That's impressive, isn't it? But wait a minute. Google actually has more accounts at 2.2 billion. but only a small percentage of them engage with the social networking site. If you look at Google searches, however, it's a place where you will find a lot of your users, like me. And if you add in the billion or so Gmail accounts held, again, it's an app you can't ignore. The next group of apps all have over 1 billion users. Leading the way is YouTube.
What?
It's definitely social media, but not thought of in similar ways as Facebook and Twitter. As someone marketing products or services or messages of an organization, YouTube should not be ignored.
It's a lot.
Many undergrads and recent graduates don't get cable or satellite TV anymore, but opt for Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Sling, all supplemented with YouTube content. Ignore YouTube and the newer YouTube TV at your own peril. Facebook can't get
YouTube do be having those free movies. I sure they got the Maze Runner on it. I like the Maze Runner. That's a good movie. Watch the Maze Runner, guys. If you haven't watched it, it's free on YouTube now. We could do our movie review on Maze Runner. I'll post a message about it, so watch it. You are getting the inside scoop right now. I'm gonna watch the movie and then we're gonna talk about it on YouTube Live. So yeah. Brian said, sorry. King of the Weather said, temperature as low as negative 25 Fahrenheit in Idaho. What? I would not be going outside. That's wind chill, not air temperature. Oh.
get enough of the high rankings, can they? Facebook Messenger boasts 1.3 billion users. If you're on Facebook, you probably use Messenger at least occasionally.
That's my mom.
How about WhatsApp? It's just for young people, right?
I don't use
1.3
it.
billion young users, that is. Marketers must ensure that they're reaching their users wherever they happen to be. You might be surprised at the next two. Instagram, 800 million users, and Tumblr. Instagram has moved up
This
in the
is an
world
old
with the launch of
Instagram
stories
thing.
designed to compete with Facebook and Twitter.
Instagram does not look like that.
Tumblr is noted
Look
for
at that
short blogs
logo.
and commentary, and you have the ability to follow users and topics.
What is
With
Tumblr? I've never heard of
794
Tumblr
million
before,
users,
guys.
it almost has the same number of users as Instagram. Twitter leads the next group of apps with 330 million users. Twitter moves topics up, and as they become more popular, a hashtag may become a trending topic. Wouldn't you like a hashtag that positively portrays your company? Get your online marketers on the ball and make sure they know where your users are. The next app, obviously,
Hello. Good morning, Drake. Thank you so much for the compliment. You are beautiful as well. How are you doing this morning? Glad you could tune back in.
is Skype. Yes, 300 million people use Skype. It's often overlooked when trying to engage your users
never
and
used Skype
customers.
before.
It
What is
shouldn't
that?
be
Is that a
overlooked.
video thing? I think.
LinkedIn follows with about 260 million users focused on work networks. That's where I do my best.
You did tell me that. Sorry. Oops. So much happens. I forgot. I don't even remember stuff sometimes until you guys remind me. Okay, you are the equivalent to beautiful, the male terminology that you want me to use. But I think I told you we're breaking those stereotypes, gender stereotypes. But I will remember that from now on to make sure that we are being inclusive.
To keep
Guys, there's a red flag warning in Arizona. Be safe. The king of the weather is giving us our news reports.
my resume updated and my information accurate and current. I don't use LinkedIn as much as other, but it depends on your industry and your need to network to get a new job or move up in your current job.
Oh, zigzag, really? I mean, it's a core memory. What were you, like 8 in 3rd grade? So it's okay. It's okay, okay? Yeah, exactly. So you did that in 3rd grade and now you own your own home, okay? So yeah, like that is nothing to be embarrassed about because you own your own home now, as you said. So yeah, shout out to Zigzag. Guys, King of the Weather said there's a winter storm warning in parts of California and Nevada. Really? I went to Nevada twice and it was hot. No, what? Last time I went to Nevada, it was freezing, to be honest. But the first time I went there was so hot, it was terrible. So I didn't think they would get winter storm warnings. Global warming, guys, it's changing the world.
Snapchat is next with 255 million users. With a young user base and high levels of engagement,
I've never used
you
Snapchat.
can't afford to neglect newer apps where young users flock. Young users today are your customers tomorrow. And Reddit has about
Reddit?
250
No, I've been on
million
Reddit. It's
users
crazy.
as well. But how many organizations engage their users on Reddit, where you can find threads on most anything you want to read? How about Pinterest? Do you use it? It boasts
I don't use
about
Pinterest.
250 million users. I find myself going down a wormhole when I look at Pinterest. I originally go to look at kitchen remodeling examples and then find myself learning how to cook chicken parmesan, only vaguely aware of how I got there and unaware of the time that has gone by. Have you done that before? That phenomena where we go online to do one thing and get completely wrapped up in other things,
No, not
sometimes
really.
for hours at a time, is called the state of flow.
That is a lie. I'm gonna write that down. Yesterday I was on live stream with you guys. You guys distracted me. My purpose to go on live stream was the first purpose was to eat and talk to you guys. I did that. The second time I tuned on, my purpose was to let you guys just watch me do my schoolwork like I'm doing now. Your comments kept coming, which I love. So I got distracted for honestly like 2 hours. So I didn't really focus 100% on my reading yesterday. Drake said, "What? I didn't eat breakfast yet. I think I might live stream breakfast. I know you guys like watching me eat food, so I'm gonna start a new live when I eat breakfast. I'm probably just gonna eat bread and cheese. My mom, she did cook a lot. Her bakes is frozen. I have to defrost them, but I want to eat out her bread first. So yeah, I'll eat that for breakfast, but I'll live stream it for you guys. And then right now, I'm watching a lecture video. So I just finished reading a chapter about social media. It was a really good chapter. If you can, I recommend either listening to this lecture video with me or rewatching the live because it was like a really good chapter with a lot of insightful information. So that's what I'm doing now. Lucas said, wait, she said something I wanted to write down. Like, I just forgot. I forgot what my professor said, so I have to rewatch that section because I want to write down what she said. Lucas said cold weather advisory from parts of Oregon. So guys, the King of the Weather said if you are in Oregon, stay warm out there. There's another cold weather advisory. Zigzag said I had a Marlboro beer. I don't know what the first one is, but as long as it wasn't like, if that's your first alcoholic beverage of the day, then I guess you're okay. Don't drink too much though, okay? I don't want to say that's not good for breakfast because sometimes I eat chocolate cake for breakfast, like especially if it's my birthday and I have leftover cake, I'm gonna eat that for breakfast. So I can't even say like don't drink that alcohol for breakfast, but like don't overdo it, okay? Zigzag, don't overdo it and you'll be good. King of the Weather said high wind watch for parts of New York. Yeah, so if you're in New York, stay warm out there. It's windy out there. Drake said, Zigzag, that's the breakfast of a god. Should have had some jerky with... Really? So you see, there's more people who's eating the same breakfast or want to eat the same breakfast as you. Drake, what did you eat for breakfast? I've never had jerky. I've seen it in the supermarket, in the corn and the gas station, but I don't eat beef or pork. So that's why I've never had it before. Hey, Anthony. Morning. Well, I don't know the official term of an alcoholic because it's never been something like on the top of my head. Like I've never actually Googled it, but in movies, they say people are alcoholics like if they drink more than the normal rate of like what's considered normal. So I don't know. I took a class one time. I forgot though. I forgot what I learned. I didn't forget what I learned, but they spoke about like what's considered an alcoholic threshold. So they said, just throwing it out there, this may not be true, but they said, for example, women, you're not supposed to drink like more than 3 glasses of wine. And if you do that every day, you're considered an alcoholic. So that's what I'm saying, Zigzag. Like, hey, if you're drinking more than what is considered normal by doctors, please don't do that, because we don't want anything to happen to you. We don't want you to get addicted. But if that was your only alcoholic beverage that you're gonna have for the day, or if it's under the normal threshold, you do you, as long as you're being safe, because maybe that's okay. Like they say, it's nighttime somewhere in the world, right? And like I said, sometimes in the past, I've eaten cake for breakfast, ice cream for breakfast. I can't believe I just said I ate ice cream for breakfast one time. I did do it, though, before. Mom, if you're watching this, you did not hear me say that. You did not hear me say that, Mother. Okay? So, yeah. Okay, King of the Weather's coming back. I had sauce. Ooh, okay. Drake had sausage, eggs, waffles. Okay, you had a good breakfast. You had the breakfast of like kings or champions, as my mom would say. Props to you, Drake. That sounds like a good breakfast. Yeah, I don't eat beef. I only eat chicken, turkey, and seafood. Hey, Kenny, how are you doing this morning? Anthony said if you drink in the morning, there's an issue. Maybe to Zigzag there isn't an issue with that. It's all about perspective, guys, right? Skiffy said, I thought wine good for the heart. Personally, like if you guys drink alcoholic beverages, no, I'm not judging you, but like just for me and my personal preference, I just feel like that's not for me. So like I don't like I drank alcohol, but it was an accident. Like I drank by mistake. I remember one time I went to Atlantic City with my mom and Stu, and like we were at the beach, and then he got like a pina colada, and I don't know, for the first like, and that was the first time, because when my mom, she drinks like the drinks that she gives first, because we share sometimes. So he got like he ordered a virgin pina colada, but for some reason he gave it to me to drink first, and I drank it, and when I tasted it, all I tasted was something bitter. And I'm like, this has alcohol in it. And my mom tasted it, and she was like, yeah. So so I've only drank alcohol like one time, and it was like an accident. So, and what I've tasted of it, there's nothing. That accident, that's the only time I ever drank it. It's not for me, okay? It wasn't for me. So, yeah, I just feel like too much of anything isn't good for you. So that's just not something that I see myself wanting to engage in. I don't see the excitement around it for me personally. But yeah. So I'm not sure if it's good for the heart. I would have to do more research into that, Skippy, to see. Drake said a Malbone is a... You had a cigarette for breakfast? Okay, he had a beer. Okay. Oh, Zigzag, you had a cigarette and beer for breakfast. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Just make sure you're doing it in moderation, Zigzag. Don't make it a norm. That's all I have to say. Keep yourself healthy. Welcome back, King of the Weather. Drake said, we can't get married, man. I love bacon and cheeseburgers. And bacon cheeseburgers. Okay, Drake. I think I'll survive. Don't worry. It's okay. I'll be okay, Drake, okay? I'll be okay. You could go and find somebody who eats pork and beef. Okay? Be happy with them, Drake. I'll be good. I'm married to my schoolwork anyway. Zigzag said, I will call AA sponsor. Anthony, it gets better the more you drink. Oh, it's still not for me. I'm not actively doing that. But thanks for telling me that, Anthony. If something gets better the more you do it, I don't want to do it. It's like chocolate cake. It tastes good the first time. It's like ice cream. It tastes good the first time. I don't have to build up my endurance to it. So I don't want to do that. That's like saying medicine. Anytime you get a medicine, it gets better the first time. I don't want to do that. So I'm good, guys. Zigzag and AA. Oh, every Tuesday you go. Okay. What's AA, guys? Alcohol's Anonymous? I watch movies, okay? I watch movies and TV shows. That's how I know that, if that's the correct terminology. King of the Weather said there's a freeze warning for portions of Southeast Alabama, the Big Bend, Florida, South Central, Southwest Georgia. Yeah, so stay safe, guys. If there's a freeze warning for those parts. On calls on. Okay, I was right. Oh, I'm getting trolled. Hey. Well, I guess it's easy to troll me, but like, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. You're near Orlando, but I'm from the Bronx. Okay, cool.
How I got there, and unaware of the time that has gone by. Have you done that before?
Oh, what's
That
it called?
phenomena where we go online to do one thing and get completely wrapped up in other things, sometimes for hours at a time, is
Yeah.
called the state of flow.
Okay.
It's where engagement
Wait.
is high and your ability to find
Okay, let me just write the definition she's saying. I'm trying to summarize that in my own words and give myself a headache, man.
the information you need is also high. You get so interested and wrapped up that you forget the time that has elapsed. The state of flow is where you want your customers to be, losing time as they engage with your services and products. While all of these numbers are important, don't ignore your global market. Baidu and other tools are chosen by about 1 billion Chinese users. That's 1 billion people who may not know about you. You need to reach them as well. The number of users for a particular social media app varies, depending on who you ask. Here you can see social media users in 2016. Facebook is still the big guy with 1.6 billion people, but the graphic demonstrates the influence of YouTube with 1 billion viewers.
There's a lot of people.
Another review of monthly users shows that YouTube, with 1.5 billion monthly users, is second to Facebook with over 2 billion monthly users. However, this graphic includes some newer arrivals like WhatsApp and Snapchat. WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger are third with 1.2 billion monthly users. Again, if you are hoping to sell your product or promote your ideas, you cannot overlook social media opportunities. It's useful to look at ways that people engage with your app. If someone is a lurker and just goes on and looks around without posting, they may not be engaged. Or perhaps you need to find video content that would entice them to like or share, or at least to view it. Are people going to look for customer comments on social media before they make a purchase? Yes, 93% of online customers check social media before they make a purchase. Think about it. Do you check for reviews prior to posting? I would contend that Amazon may compete with Facebook for customer engagement. I always read reviews before making a purchase, and I leave reviews and answer questions for others, too. Although not a traditional social media site, most companies sell products through Amazon in some form or other. The other day, I bought a bookcase on Amazon, and it arrived in a box from Walmart. Don't lose customers because you're not looking for them wherever they are. In general, people engage 25% more with brands on Instagram as opposed to other social media sites. If you're looking for money, and most organizations are, Pinterest users spend 15 times more than Facebook users. I know where I'd want to put pictures of my products. When photos are posted, customers are 180% more engaged than when other posts. So put some pictures out there for your customers. Finally, use emojis. You will see a 33% increase in comments if you do. You should make sure that the emojis translate similarly on different phones and operating systems, and make sure they are logical. Sometimes I try to figure out what someone meant with an emoji, and I need a magnifying glass to try to make a determination. One way to measure mobile user engagement is by looking at the minutes that users engage with a social media app in a day. Facebook again comes in first, claiming 30.3 minutes of user engagement per day, while Snapchat is second at 8.5 minutes, and YouTube is third with 8 minutes, followed by Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Let's take a closer look at Snapchat on the next slide.
Yeah. Really, dude?
Snapchat touts and
Since
its engaged users, claiming 173 million people use the app daily. 70% of its users are under 35 years old. Want to engage with younger potential customers? Don't go to Facebook. That's for parents to use. Look at Snapchat, which boasts 7 billion video postings and 2.5 billion snaps a day. Its users visit the site 18 times a day on average and spend 25 to 35 minutes per day on the app. Notice that this number of minutes does not match the previous slide. Different methodologies, different timing, and different sources of data lead to different interpretations. Snapchat went public with lots of hype in March 2017 after being started in the founder's father's garage in 2011. Since then, it has shown disappointing growth, losing customers with the creation of Instagram Stories feature, which works similarly to Snapchat. Incidentally, let's make one more point about Snapchat. The videos disappear in 5 seconds, right? And they're gone forever. Or are they?
Nope.
Your friend may video your video or take a picture. And let's face it, you never say permanently deleted when you're talking about something shared online. If it's shared, you lose all claims to privacy. Snapchat was initially used by teens, some of whom wanted to share racy photos with their boy or girlfriends. These videos can be retrieved. The only way to maybe permanently destroy data is to keep it local, never share it or upload it to the cloud, and take a hammer to the hard drive when you remove it. That's what the Sandy Hook shooter did with his computer, and I don't believe the FBI was ever able to retrieve data he only stored locally. Of course, the best thing is simply don't keep racy photos. If you do, keep them locally only and never share with anyone. Don't trust the people you share anything with. They may do whatever they want once you send them a photo. Your boyfriend or wife or mom or whoever might not be as trustworthy as you think.
Mother, really?
Another
Mommy would do
report
that?
shows that Facebook has 1.55 billion people who visit it each month, with over 1 billion people on Facebook every day. 900 million people are on WhatsApp each month, and we haven't even talked much about them. Are you familiar with the app? I've had student groups who use WhatsApp because of its ease of use and flexibility. You might want to take a look at it if you don't already use it. Again, we need to find our customers or donors or supporters or whoever you want to reach, and to do that, we need to know where they are. You notice that the numbers don't match exactly once more, and it depends on the methodology and what you're trying to show with the data. So we've been talking about social networking, and we've mentioned many sites that may qualify as online communities. These sites eliminate time, distance, and culture, and can help users become closer virtually to people who are different from us. Social networks certainly allow people to share opinions, insights, and interests, and people share opinions all the time.
Exactly.
Keep in mind, for instance, that most newspaper reporting is an editorial format and is opinion. You also know which friends are going to get into a friendly discussion or a shouting match about political candidates or other noteworthy topics. Treat all news as opinion until you back it up with multiple reliable sources.
Exactly.
Well, how do you determine reliable? Where are you going to go to sites for the facts? Not one side or the other, but both sides. For instance, maybe you look at what the New York Times generally leans more liberal, what they reported about a political candidate, and then compare to the Wall Street Journal, which generally leans more conservative. Often, the underlying facts are the same,
Really?
but may
Wow.
be interpreted differently. Don't simply assume that one or the other is right or wrong. Do the research and reach your own conclusions. But you must read both sides to do that and try to find commonalities. Assume posts on Facebook are opinion pieces and don't share unless they are from valid sources.
Yes, mother. Yup. Everyone who uses Facebook. Even Stu. You guys be doing that. They be doing that, guys. I would be home and I would be sitting down and they're like, oh, did you see this on Facebook? And in the back of my head, I'm like, that's not a valid source. What are you talking about? So, guys, in my house, the adults in my house, listen to me if you're watching this live. Facebook is not a valid source. Please stop reading articles on Facebook and then going crazy and thinking it's valid source. Grand, same for you if my grandmother's watching this video. Because they be doing that, guys. And in the back of my head, I'm like, oh my God. You don't know if this is true. This could be false. What are you doing? So yeah, don't do that anymore, please.
Use the social networks to develop new personal and professional relationships or to make deeper personal and professional relationships that you might be unable to do due to geographical or mobility limitations. My 80-year-old mom, who is computer phobic, always knows everything that is going on with Facebook. She didn't want to use it at first and didn't want to use a Kindle. I set up her Kindle before I gave it to her and made her a Gmail account and a Facebook account. She presses a button and she's on. She doesn't get out much, so it's her way to have a support network and stay involved with what her friends and others are doing. To summarize, social media offers an opportunity to set up an online community and network with friends, families, customers, groups, potential customers, etc. Businesses must not neglect opportunities to attract new customers and retain existing customers through social networks. Unhappy customers are likely to voice their opinion on social media.
Okay, let me read your comments really quickly, and then I'm going to go and listen to the lecture, the transcripts, because the next video is really long, and I do not want to sit down and listen to that. But you guys took time out of your day to write these comments, so I know it's probably a lot, but I'm going to go as fast as possible and read through it really quickly. Anthony said, it's cold where you're at. I haven't gone outside yet, but it has been cold for the past few days for me. This is messing up your state of flow. Yeah, it kind of is. That's why for the, that's why I was kind of like, just like focusing on the lecture videos. Because it was messing up my state of flow, your comments, but I love them. I love the engagement. So, like, keep it coming, guys. Lucas said, all right. King of the Weather said, that's our wrap for my news and climate for today. Stay tuned for more information tomorrow. All right, we definitely will do King of the Weather. Thank you so much for providing us with those weather updates. If you guys live in a state where the King of the Weather said it's going to be an extreme cold weather advisory, stay warm. Don't go outside if you don't have to. And let's stay tuned for tomorrow for the King of the Weather's next news report, guys. Jake said, why are they using this country AI generated voice? No. You thought my professor was an AI generated voice? Now that you say it, I can't unthink it. But no, she actually like recorded it herself, so that's just her voice. Zigzag said, Orlando, you don't know what cold is. North Dakota here, we know cold on a whole nother level. No, yeah, because I see videos from like on TikTok, people from Orlando are like, California, it drops like 50 degrees or 40 degrees. And they're like, it's cold. I'm like, I would love that weather. But yeah, I mean, I get it. I guess if they're not used to it, I understand how they can say it's that cold. But I've never been to North Dakota, so I can just imagine North is in the name. It might be really cold there. Anthony said state of flow sounds like something you measure during your menstrual cycle. Oh, okay. Zigzag, you laughed at that. Drake, they're wildin'. That was an interesting take of it. I did not get that from it. But King of the Weather said my cat is going crazy. What are they doing to make them go crazy? Anthony said I used to live in South Park, Colorado. I know cold. Zigzag said still not North Dakota. We have the worst winters by far. Wow. No, us in Chicago. I've heard that, like, Chicago, the Windy City, I've heard people say it's really cold in Chicago. I was in Chicago's airport. I've never actually been outside into the state, but I've heard it's cold. Anthony said I live on a mountain. Wow, 9,000 feet up. You must get great views. Zigzag said we are the coldest state in the lower 80s. Facts. Then maybe New York wins. I was in New York in December. My mom and we went outside for like the TikTok pop-up truck. Legitimate, it was like 13 degrees. 13 degrees. I layered up. I was wearing like 3 pair of pants, 4 pairs of shirts, 2 socks, and I was still cold, okay? I got annoyed in that live stream, and I try really not to get annoyed in live streams, but like, it was so cold, I couldn't do it anymore. That's how cold. So maybe New York wins if you think lower 80s is cold. New York has to win by that. Drake said, but Anthony is right. Those mountains are different. Negative 40. Okay, maybe New York doesn't win. Negative anything isn't good. If it's negative, I'm not going outside. Wow. Zigzag said, you better Google North Dakota's blizzards. Okay, I'll do that. Anthony said, I have to buy an engine heater for my car. Drake said, oh, you both win. You laughed at them. LOL, Anthony. Zigzag said, block heaters are on all vehicles here. Oh, wow, like those big heaters? It snowed on your birthday. Did you go out and play with the snow, Anthony? I really don't. Like, it snowed on your birthday on June 12th? You win. You win. Whatever state you're in, you gotta win. That's crazy. Wow. Drake said heater for your engine is crazy, but a blizzard is also crazy. For me, snow on June 12th is crazy. That's summer weather. What's snow doing here? Wow. Drake said, y'all really trying to outcold each other. Snow in June is insane, though. Yes, it is. Zigzag said, proper term is block heater. LOL, it's fun. Anthony said, I'm sure Dakota is colder. I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah. It's like we all just need to go to those states and test it out ourselves in the cold weather. But I'm not a cold weather person. I do not like the cold. When it's cold, like, why is it cold? Why can't it just be hot all the time? Zigzag said, we do ice fishing here. No, I don't know what ice fishing is. They said, Zigzag said, we do ice fishing here. Do you do that in Colorado? Nope. Oh, they answered their own question. Okay. They want to outcold each other, as Drake said. Drake said, Anthony, he said, that's just standard for him. Block heaters on everything. Anthony said, yeah, actually, they do ice fish. Okay. What are you watching? I was watching a lecture video my professor was going over. So after I finish read these comments, I am going to read the transcript or have my computer read the transcript for me. I'm going to listen. We're going to listen together. Hopefully, if you stick around, I'm going to take some notes. Zigzag said, North Dakota takes the coldest state award, gave themselves a gold medal. In Evergreen, Anthony said, Drake said, it'll be funny if both of y'all are from Florida and never even experienced the snow, though. That would be funny. Zigzag agrees. Orlando here, Anthony said. Anthony, LOL. Drake said, I live in Antarctica. What? You're from Alaska? Wow. Oh my gosh. That's so cold. That's so cold. Wow. I feel bad. Like, you live in Alaska. Is it cold like the all time, like 24? What am I saying? Oh my God. Is it cold like 12 months out of the year? Drake, that's cold. North Dakota, South Dakota should be one state. It's like North Carolina and South Carolina. They said we can't make it a big state. It would be too big, so they just broke it up. I don't get it. It's not like it's going to be cold in North Carolina and hot in South Carolina. You're right next to each other. So maybe, yeah, North Dakota's, South Dakota's probably like that. Why do we have two? But now that you say that, Zigzag said, I went to Dr. Phillips High School. Okay. Remember, guys, social media etiquette, let's try not to share unless, like, if you're over 18, feel free to do whatever you want to do. But I know I have young viewers sometimes, so just remember, guys, let's not share our full name, first, middle name, last name on social media. Let's not share our phone numbers, our exact location. If you're okay with saying, hey, this is what state I live in, feel free to do that. But just as safety reasons, especially like if you're not already 18, let's not share like the school we attend, like me. I could share if I want to, but that's just a preference. I try not to do. So yeah. Anthony said, okay, let's get that. Zigzag said in Orlando. King of the Weather said Hispanics have Facebook. Yeah, so do white individuals, so do Asian individuals, African American individuals. Yeah. Facebook has 2-point-something billion users. So I would assume all ethnicities, races, religions probably use Facebook. Anthony said they're laughing. Yep, like I said to King of the Weather comment, Anthony, all races, religions probably use WhatsApp. They have, I think the professor said they have like as well like 1 million to 1 billion users. So yeah. Drake said, my mom and grandma think Facebook is... Yes, it is not a credible source. Look, because you know, like those AI-generated babies that be fighting, like my grandmother, I would go over her. My grandmother's obsessed with social media, okay? Obsessed. And she would be on her phone, and she would be looking at the babies fight, and I have to be like, you know that's not real, right? You know it's AI generated. She's like, yes, it is. Yes, look at them fighting. She loves that. And I'm telling you, like, in my house, even, like, sometimes my mom would be sitting down, or Stu would be sitting down, and they're like, hey, I saw this on Facebook. Or sometimes they send me videos, and I don't even have Facebook, so why do you send me videos from Facebook? But, like, they would send me a video from Facebook, and it's, like, has some type of fact to it, and I'm like... That's not credible. Why you send it to me? I will admit that one time a video was sent on Facebook to me, and we had like ants in our house, and it said if you mix like coffee, sugar, and like other spices, the ants will go away. That did work. So sometimes they like their hacks probably do work on Facebook on how to like clean up stuff, get rid of like rodents, things like that. Those probably work. But like when you see stuff that's saying like in a factual way, Facebook is not a credible source, guys. Like, if you back it up with information from sources outside of Facebook, then you send this to me. I'm like, okay, maybe it's credible. 9 times out of 10, it's not credible, guys. King of the Weather said, I have the card that explains the shoe I have. Oh, cool. So that's probably like a very expensive pair of shoes. Take care of it, King of the Weather. Make sure you keep it clean. Zigzag said, don't be a bum. Hit that like button. Definitely like the video, guys. You're laughing, Anthony. She's far back. King of the Weather said, I'm just watching my favorite show. What's your favorite show? Oh, your birthday's coming up soon. Happy early birthday. Hopefully you have a great day on your birthday. Drake said, Mia, I'm trolling. No, because I do feel like you did tell me, like, I think you told my mom and I the state you live in, and like that's why I was kind of like surprised by Alaska. But I never know. Like I never know, so I give you guys the benefit of the doubt. But now I don't have to feel sorry for you because you're not in like cold weather all the time. Because I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that. You're 19. You're 90 years old. That was sucked. What was it like back in the day as a 90-year-old? Obviously, I know it wasn't probably good for, like, people who look like me, females, and because of my race, so I don't want to go back 90 years, but, like, what was it like for you in that era? What was the fashion like? regardless of the terrible history, I'll look at the fashion. I will admit sometimes I don't really like the fashion, but like fashion should be neutral ground, right? I feel like hopefully it is. Zigzag, you're 5. Well, you are very educated for a 5-year-old. If I'm not sure, maybe if you're educated on the appropriate stuff that a 5-year-old should know, because you'd be speaking about alcohol and like smoking stuff. So you are a very advanced 5-year-old. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing, Zigzag, because your name is definitely familiar from yesterday. Can't believe I said just kidding. I'm still going to do my news and climate thing, okay? Freeze warning in parts of California, King of the Weather said, so stay warm there. There's a lake effect snow warning for Watertown and Fulton, New York, so stay safe if you're there. I didn't even know they had lakes there. Anthony said, I have a little bit of the... What is that? I don't know what that is. I have a lot. His letter said, all right, so stay out of the air if you're in Oregon. That's not even Oregon. What is that? I've never, parts of Ohana? I've never, oh, it is Oregon. Oh, okay. Drake said Anthony is definitely not 90 and a toddler having. No, it is wild. So that's why I said if you're 5 years old, you are very advanced 5-year-old. I do recommend that you still subscribe to Unique Lamia, but make sure you read some storybooks in there. I do recommend Disney. I love Disney movies. Mulan, great Disney movie. I watch it, still watch it sometimes. Sometimes you just want to watch a cartoon. You don't want to watch, because sometimes watching those TV shows that's action or horror, it just gets boring. Like, what am I watching? It's always the same storyline. And it's just always the same thing. At least when I watch, like, cartoons, it's just lively. And it's just better sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just need to sit down and watch a cartoon show, no matter what your age is. I don't want to see somebody fighting. I don't want to see blood. I don't want to have to skip over people kissing, because, like, why? Like, I get so annoyed. Like, I have to skip it over. Like, that's just annoying sometimes. Like, you'll be watching a good show, and then they just ruin it by throwing in romance. Like, you don't need that. Just stick to the storyline. And then sometimes I get upset because you're watching a good show, and then the villain has a valid reason for being a villain, and then they always have to throw in the hero aspect, too. I'm like, what show was it? What movie was it? You know the movie? The Invitation. That was it. The Invitation. Yeah, The Invitation. It was like, I will admit, it's kind of like a romance vampire movie in a way. But, like, it's not. So it was a good movie. It was a really good movie. Until the end. Like, she destroyed the vampire. She killed the vampire. But I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, she didn't have to do that. She could have had immortality. She could have been wealthy. So The Invitation, it was a good movie until the end. Like, they had to throw in the hero element. At that point in time, I just wanted the villain to win. Yeah, I just wanted the villain to win at that point in time. So it was crazy. Like, watch The Invitation, guys. Tell me what you think about the ending. But if you've seen it, what did you think about the ending? But they just need to let the villain win sometimes. When they throw in the hero aspect, I get so upset. And that movie really made me upset. So, yeah. All right, let me get back to this reading. Mia's a big baby. I mean, I'm not, because I said I skip over when people are kissing on TV. I do, because I just don't want to see that. And sometimes the storyline, it just doesn't make sense in the storyline. So, it's like horror movies. Like, in horror movies, you can decipher what couple's gonna die. Because that's the couple who's always distracted and who's always kissing each other. They're gonna die in the horror movie. So it's just like certain stuff, just focus on the storyline of the movie. Like, why are you throwing this in there? It just gets annoying, in my opinion. So, yeah. Let me get back to this.
We have privacy while we're looking around on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, right? All of these social networks ask us to create a user profile, including your name, pictures, relationship status, gender identity, religion, location, family information, high school, college, work history, favorite movies, favorite series, favorite quotations, favorite books, games, groups, and on and on. Think about how much LinkedIn and Facebook know about you. We tell them everything, but we
And you know what? I just have to say this really quickly. That's why I like the Hunger Games so much. That's why I like the Maze Runner series. Even Divergent, even though they do throw that in there, but like, that's not the focus of it. When they, Hunger Games specifically, they're like, this movie, it's a science fiction movie. Okay? And they focus on science fiction aspects. So that's why the Hunger Games series, in my opinion, is like a really good series, okay?
We only tell them all of our information after carefully reading the terms of use policies for each. The terms include the privacy you will have when using the social network, and how and for what purpose the owner of the app can use the information you provide. You may change your privacy settings, which gives you some control. But did you know that all of the default settings return? Every time you update an app, be sure to go back and review your privacy settings. The app won't warn you of a return to default settings. Assume when you post a picture or make a comment or tweet or a snap, assume that others will look at it. Assume it will be on the top of Google searches. How do you feel about it now? Your technology is not secure. There are ways you can make your communications more secure, and the best way is to limit the amount of data you give to others. You can take a look at this YouTube video on the future of internet privacy. The US Air Force has weighed in on social media privacy, as seen in this picture. While they consider all personal accounts as being personal, you are still liable for what you post. When you're talking with officers and enlisted personnel, you must use appropriate communication and conduct. Don't post defamatory, vulgar, obscene, threatening, hateful, or other offensive or illegal material.
Do
not
it.
infringe on intellectual property or on the personal privacy of others. So basically, your personal accounts are not personal, even when offline. Officers and enlisted personnel should not post hastily. You have freedom of speech, but the Air Force has conduct guidelines that you must follow at all times. Say what you want, but understand that what you post is not private. 204 million email messages, $83,000 in sales, 3,000 pictures, and 20 million views of photos, over 2 million Google searches, 30 hours of video uploaded to YouTube, almost 640,000 GB of data transferred. How much privacy do you have? Virtually none. If you think that what you say in a work meeting will be private, ask the police officers who were videotaped without their knowledge. Ask the advisor at KSU who was videotaped getting into a fight with a student. Assume that you're being watched at all times, and go on with life. We do the best we can, but we have little privacy nowadays. Even going out on the streets of New York City, there are monitoring cameras everywhere. London has more cameras than any other city. Google Earth is mapping our entire world, and they may catch you sunbathing in the nude in your backyard. They remove any inappropriate pictures upon request. We have access to a limitless amount of information, but with that access comes a loss of privacy. We need to try to keep private that which is private, but even the definition of privacy has to change with the times. If you post something on Facebook, let's say your profile picture, and you allow everyone to search for and find that picture, then don't get mad when the local law enforcement officers use your profile picture and say that you have a warrant out for your arrest. This really happened to one of my former students, who is a police officer. A lot of people said he shouldn't post her picture, but hey, she put it on Facebook, and he could search with the Facebook profile page of the local law enforcement. In spite of the outcry, the woman showed up at the station the next morning with her lawyer. It was a minor offense, and she was released the same day. The moral of the story is that we have very little privacy. Don't share, and don't be stupid. Protect your data, even if you guard your personal information, and make sure that others don't have access to pictures and videos unless they are friends or friends of whatever group you want to allow. The social media app itself may share with others, and you likely agreed to allow them to do so. Further, some social media apps have agreed to help law enforcement combat terrorism or ban accounts that threaten the safety of the US. What you post may be shared with law enforcement agencies, the press, and the public, depending on what you agreed to in the terms of service. You know, the one we all read, right? Data breaches occur even when privacy protections are strong. Email addresses may be stolen and then spoofed to make it look like it's coming from your address, which your contacts recognize. Malware can go farther, with keystroke loggers or other methods of determining your passwords. By the way, passwords are very insecure. If possible, for the utmost security, use a strong password and two-step authentication. You receive a code via text message, for instance, after logging in. That makes it more secure but is a pain for most of us who are used to instantly getting logged in. You have to balance security with ease of use, and weigh the risks and potential loss of data. If it's your Facebook account, perhaps it's not as necessary to have strong security. If you're working on virus modification at the CDC, however, you're going to want to use more than a single user ID and password. I don't know what they use at the CDC, but I hope it's 2 or 3 steps, including biometrics and a strong password and multiple factor authentication. We know the personal applications of social media, even if we choose not to use some of the apps. Social media presents a new way to reach customers. You get to describe the new products you offer or the new services you can provide. You can feature the products and promote them, or you can gather customer feedback and decide if you want to introduce a product. Whatever you do, you want to be able to talk to your customers quickly, securely, and personally. You're not just selling your product or service. You are connecting with an engaged potential customer. This customer reads reviews and, perhaps even writes reviews. They expect you to send them specials tailored to their personal interests. When I log into Amazon, for instance, I don't see hunting gear promoted, since I don't happen to hunt, but I will see books advertised and shoes and dog toys and cranberry juice. Amazon knows me, and they know what I need and when I need it. I appreciate the personal touch. I know they're just trying to sell products, but they help me remember what I need. Kroger does the same, sending targeted digital and paper coupons that match the items I buy every week. They know me, and they engage with me personally. We expect that now, and with the advent of big data, companies are now able to better use small data and personalize my experience and yours. The targeted advertising that Kroger and Amazon use with me generates a conversation. I may talk about it with my students or colleagues. Do you use Kindle Unlimited, for instance, which allows access to hundreds of thousands of books for free, after you pay
It's not free.
$9.99? I actually got a
it is
deal
free.
on that on
Okay.
Amazon's
Alright.
Summer Black Friday event. I was able to get 2 years of unlimited for almost half price.
Really?
With that,
Lucky
they
you.
charge me the entire amount up front, and whether or not I continue my current reading patterns, they have their money. Meanwhile, I can read all of the lesser-known books for free, as well as some recent new releases. It's worth it to me because I read a lot, and I have an eclectic mix of genres that I like to choose from. Amazon knows that I have multiple Kindle apps installed, and that I read a lot. Their targeted advertising reaches me and others like me. That's back to the big data. They are able to group people into personalized groups of big data. There are a lot of people with similar buying patterns as me, and Amazon knows us. They connect with us, they engage with us, and they seem to be doing okay so far. Companies can use technology in multiple ways to get the word out about their products. One way is direct advertising, with sponsored or promotional ads on various social media websites. If I buy oatmeal cookies on Amazon, Google is going to pick up on that and show me some other things I might like. Rather than running banner ads targeted to everyone, they use banner ads targeted to people like me. Big data identifies us, and direct advertising strategies find us. It's good for me, too. However, I don't see a lot of ads for travel or cheerleading or other things that I'm not interested in. Social media sites may also use my network of friends. They know me, and often, my friends are similar in socioeconomics and any other groups. I like to call them tribes that we belong to. I'm a woman, so that's a group of mine. I'm also middle-aged. Yes, I'm going to live to be 150 years old. Hush. So that's a group of mine. I'm a parent of 2 teenage boys. I'm a fan of the Braves. I like to shop online at Amazon and Zulily. I have dogs. Think of all the groups or tribes that you belong to. You and I are in a group right now, a classroom setting. In some classes, you have groups, which is also one of your tribes. You see how we overlap in some areas but not others? That's how direct advertising works. They know me, and they try to indirectly reach others with similar interests. They want my network to become interested and market new products or increase brand awareness. Sometimes, however, they reach a group that doesn't work. Maybe I attended a libertarian meeting by mistake last week, thinking it was the city council voting on a new zoning ordinance. I may have little in common with this new tribe I accidentally joined, or my friends may be older or younger or richer or poorer. Big data and personalizing my interests helps the consumer and the seller. You can see in the picture here how every department can use social media effectively in different ways and perhaps reaching different groups. If you're a business, you need a social networking site. If you don't set it up, someone else will do it, and they may not like you. It's essential in any business today. On the company-owned social media site, you encourage your users to talk about your products and be able to provide feedback. You're generating a conversation between the company and the user, and the conversation becomes more personal as the organization learns more about you and is able to personalize so that we engage with each other. What I want as an organization is to go viral, but in a good way. I want people to talk about my product so much that I have to make more of it or charge more. You never know what will go viral, however, and sometimes people employ bots so that a particular article will get moved up in searches. Positive viral stories or videos provide significant publicity.
Let's go here. Start reading from here again. Yo, what happened, man? Read. What's wrong with you?
To summarize, social media presents multiple opportunities to advertise products and to target customers with a high probability of being interested in what you sell. Social networks are a face for your products, and they need to be monitored and updated. If you want a job, it's a good bet that a company will look at your social media profiles. Plan accordingly. Your customers are going to look to social media to voice their likes and dislikes. You want to make sure that your organization plans appropriate responses and doesn't get trolled like Target did.
Target got trolled? That is sad. Okay. One more transcript that we're going to read. And then I'm going to take a break. And then I'll come back and I'll work on my essays. Probably won't do that on camera though. But yeah. My phone's dying. My phone battery now realizing, you know, YouTube Live sucks the battery out of it. Because how are you dying? Like, come on, man.
Let's start with a few definitions of two common social networking ethical issues: cyberbullying and cyberstalking. Cyberbullying is defined as an aggressive, intentional act carried out by a group or individual, using electronic forms of contact, repeatedly and over time against a victim who cannot easily defend him or herself. We often associate cyberbullying with minors, as seen in the definition: harassment, torment, humiliation, or threatening of one minor by another minor or group of minors via the internet or cell phone. However, cyberbullying can happen to anyone of any age. Post a comment that is derogatory toward your favorite political candidate and see what happens. You will be harassed and bullied for a long time. I had an incident in late 2016, where someone posted some ugly suggestions on my Facebook account, on a picture of my mom and dad and sister. It referred to my husband and said, "How did it feel now?" My husband was next to me on the couch, and I asked, "What did you do?" He didn't know the guy, but after some research, we found out who he was. My husband often kids around with his cousin about NFL football. She's a Green Bay fan, and he's a Bears fan. He responded to a comment she made about hoping that Green Bay's luck holds out. My husband said that their luck was going to run out when they played the Falcons, and he added a smiley face. No ugly words, and not even derogatory toward Green Bay. Apparently, my husband's cousin had made her comment in a Green Bay Packers group, and my husband didn't even know that. So a troll from that group decided to say ugly things to me. I had made no comments about Green Bay. I don't even care. But he was trying to get my husband back. Several of the group members attacked my husband on their group side as well, but only one attacked me. I deleted the post and looked up the guy. He described himself as someone who loves his two little girls and God. Wow, I don't think he would like to see a post like he made on my profile on one of his two little girls. I deleted the post and moved on. Then my mom called and said, "Someone made an ugly post on our family picture." I said I knew, and I had deleted it 3 minutes after I deleted it. He reposted it, so I blocked him and reported him to Facebook. However, the post was gone, so there was really no way I could complain about him. I messaged my husband's cousin, and she was appalled at the post. She posted a message and said how dare he disrespect her cousin. Anyway, I wasn't even involved, and I was on the receiving end of only one ugly post. It didn't bother me, but if people kept making posts like that over and over again, it would have gotten old. I'm also a big believer in handling issues myself rather than seeking help. Sometimes it's not so clear. However, cyberstalking is threatening behavior or unwanted advanced at an adult using the internet or other forms of online and electronic communications, or using the internet, email or other electronic communication device, to create a criminal level of intimidation, harassment, and fear in one or more victims. Cyberstalking typically involves adults, while cyberbullying often involves minors. They are often used interchangeably. However, how do we know how much is too much contact? How do we know if the conduct is considered aggressive or threatening? Our very busy reasonable person has to make those determinations. What's criminal? What is abusive? What is harassing? Each situation is different, but to those who experience cyberbullying or cyberstalking, it can be a daunting situation. How much of a problem is cyberbullying? 4 of 10 internet users are victims of online harassment, with just over half of them having less severe harassment, and just under half of them having more severe harassment. But 40%, wow, that's a lot. We need to better understand the problem and take steps to address it. In the workplace, 27% of U.S. employees have experienced bullying at work. Half of the workforce has either
Really?
been bullied
Wow.
themselves or have seen
That's
others
crazy.
being bullied.
Work.
Not surprisingly, 72% of bullies are bosses. It's not illegal unless it's based on Title IX or other protected classes. So
That's what I'm telling you. Adults are just little kids with money. I will stand by that. I do not care. Like, if you observe adults, like, you got more money than me. You can do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. But at the core foundation, it's the same thing like kids. Like, you gossip the same way. According to this, you bully the same way. You just got more money than us, and you're older. I'm speaking of us. I mean, like, yeah, my age, technically, according to society, I'm an adult, but, like, yeah, it's crazy.
So bosses have power and bully others to get them to do whatever they want. Bullying is 4 times more common than harassment, which is often illegal. If we look at where teens are cyberbullied, the largest percentage by far is on Facebook, followed by Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and IM. So a large percentage of our teens are being methodically harassed and or humiliated online. Again, determined by what a reasonable person would find harassing. And public figures typically have less grounds to claim harassment, since they willingly put themselves into the public eye. The case that brought cyberbullying to public attention was when a teenager, Megan, committed suicide.
What?
Megan suffered from clinical depression. One of her friend's mother pretended to be a boy that Megan liked, then very publicly dumped her on Facebook and made mean and derogatory comments posing as the boy.
Adult do
Megan
that?
was unstable and became suicidal. Unfortunately, there are few laws that make cyberbullying a crime. Although states have moved to offer protections in recent years, a plaintiff could bring forward a case for damages based on the tort of intentional infliction of emotional distress under federal and or state
Hopefully he got
laws. But it's
charged with a
difficult because it's a
criminal-
fairly
I just hope the parent who did that to Megan got charged with a criminal offense, because what is wrong with them to do that? All right, let me read your comments really quickly, guys. I saw a lot coming in, like a lot coming in. I hope I don't skip over anything. Okay, I read that already. Anthony says, does Ash freeze? I don't know. Zigzag, we're built differently here. We wasn't start early. Wait, oh my gosh, we start early. Hi, Terrified, glad you could tune in. I read that already. Anthony said, I'm asking for a friend in California. Ash will freeze if it has water in it. Okay. You guys are using some cool emojis. Welcome, King of the Weather. King of the Weather said, I'm just watching The Boy from number 8. Oh, that's a TV show. I'm gonna have to start watching some of your shows. I'm gonna look into it and see. Zigzag said, I'm the youngest one at the AA meeting. Zigzag, you need an intervention. Anthony said fentanyl alcohol syndrome. Oh my gosh, what am I saying? Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. These words are tiny. Fetal alcohol syndrome. But that occurs when your parents drank alcohol while you were in your mother's stomach. So, yeah. So, he was drinking before he left the womb, Anthony said. Zigzag, really? Why did you say that about yourself? Zigzag said they're a crack baby. No, you're not. Sorry. Why did I say that? I can't tell you what you are. Well, maybe if you are that, if your mother used narcotics while you were in her womb or stomach. Well, why did I say that? That's so weird. In her stomach. Hopefully you are getting the treatment that you need so you do not become addicted to it as an adult. Drake said he's definitely going to be on the hard stuff by 10. No, we won't. We don't want to put, I'm putting, you're going to get the help you need, okay? You are not going to be addicted to substances. And if you are going to use it with medical consent and medical oversight, okay? So you can become a functioning individual into society. Her teacher sounds like no. So Anthony, that was a robot speaking. My narrator. I wasn't, because that video, if I were to watch the video, that would be like 25 minutes long, and I just don't want to do that. So I'm reading the transcript, which is only 5 pages. Drake said, I'm telling you, it's no way that's a real human talking. Yeah, that was, I don't know if it's AI. I just know I have a MacBook. So it was the MacBook narrator reading to me because I'm watching the lecture. Previously, when you heard the other voice, that was my professor. But when her videos are too long and I don't want to sit down for 25 minutes watching her videos, I just read the lecture because it's literally the same exact thing she's saying. She gives it to us in lecture format and transcript format just to make it a little more accessible for us. This is my concoction. I'm trying to grow out my nails again. So it has like my secret recipe in here to grow out my nails. Yes, obviously some Vaseline is in here. Maybe one day I'll bottle it and sell it if it actually works for me. Grows my nails fast, so that's why I'm not going to tell you guys everything that's in here. But I just use the Vaseline bottle just because it holds my stuff that I need it to hold to grow my nails out. So yeah, that's my secret formula to grow out my nails. Because you see this? This is terrible. Oh my gosh. This is not uniquely Mia. This was uniquely stressed before the semester started. I bit off all my nails, so we're trying to grow it out now again. Zigzag said, love the emojis. Don't really know what this middle one means. I feel like that's hand emojis, and then I don't know what the center one is. Drake said it was definitely no reason to shake it. It did nothing. It mixed it up well, and it got it on like the cover for me, so it did something for me. You guys didn't see what it did, but trust me, I shook it up for a reason. Anthony said there's something in there. Yeah, there is. Zigzag said you have to smack the Vaseline on the bottom jar to wake up the flavor. I'm getting Diddy vibes. Like, what did he even do? Like, I've just been on TikTok, and they're like, don't, like, I just saw the trend. Like, I'm not a big pop culture person. I don't really follow that, so I just see people coming to my videos sometimes. Like, obviously, I know what he did to an extent, which wasn't right, but, like, I don't really know because I didn't do research into it. But I know what he did was really bad, okay? And very negative. And that's not uniquely Mia. So I can attest that you won't be getting those vibes from me. All right. Anthony said my flow state of thoughts. Zigzag. That's a callback. King of the Weather, the shoe I was talking about was, you have a lot of Jordans, King of the Weather. You must like Jordan. So hopefully take care of them because it seems like you really like them. Zigzag said I only get my shoes from Walmart. That's okay. Walmart sells some good stuff. Walmart is like, and they're affordable. Like, I got this shirt from Walmart not the other day. I got it like when I was going to Paris, and I still use that shirt. It was $10, and it's like a nice layering shirt, and I really like it. So Walmart has some good stuff. My phone is 20%, guys. Anthony said Target here, 3 black Jordans. Matt, okay, cool. I hope she knows her teacher's a robot. Zigzag said you're in love with a I'm quoting Zigzag. Zigzag said I'm in love with a stripper. Okay. Well, I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad you're in love. I feel like that sentence is weird, but I'm happy. If you're happy that you're in love, I'm happy for you, Zigzag, okay? Okay. And that's just another profession that somebody may choose to engage in. So, yeah, good for them. Anthony said, don't do it, bro. Hey, Slim. Morning, Slim. Welcome back. How are you doing? Pass to the left-hand side. What does that mean? Oh, you saw me? Oh. I know these comments are kind of backtracked, so yeah, I put it over here. Keep up. I'm too fast. I'm too fast. You are fast, Slim. Why did you cry so much, Slim? Okay, why are you crying? Zigzag asks. He looked at his bank account. Really? Slim said, I'm crying because in Squid Games, that pregnant lady... No, don't. Oh my God, did you just spoil it for me? Did season 3 come out? Slim. Do not tell me season 3 of Squid Games came out and you just spoiled it for me. Oh my God. Slim. I'm skipping over that comment. I didn't read that comment. I didn't see season 3 yet. I didn't know season 3 came out already. I saw season 2. She didn't. No, they didn't do that to her. I didn't see that comment, okay? I might have to skip over Slim's comment. They did not do that, okay? She wasn't my favorite character, but she was okay, okay? Let's move on. Zigzag said turn off the TV. Was she white or black? No, it says South Korean show, Squid Games, or Korean show. Yeah, so they're all Korean, the characters. Except season 1, they had the Asian one who was Indian. Anthony said LOL. Zigzag said Kansas City Chiefs 3. Okay. Slim said this AI, the things it's saying is making me laugh. Please don't tell me. No, it's my professor, her transcript, so I'm having my computer read it to me. Some of the stuff is... Like, it's not funny, it's serious stuff, but, like, just in the context when you think about it, it's kind of funny. Anthony said, no way, yes way. Well done. Welcome, Terrifier. Glad you could tune in. Well, yeah, day 2 of your subscription to Unique Lamia. How are you doing today? Bills in Washington, Anthony said. Terrifier said, YouTube sends me here. Well, I'm so glad YouTube sent you here. YouTube must know you want to watch Unique Lamia content. And thank you for your support and tuning back in. What's up with the thumbs down, Zigzag? King of the Weather said, I watch the shows I like. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta watch shows that you like, because if you watch a show that somebody else like, that's gonna be boring for you. You won't like it. What's up with Miss Bachelor's? Oh, I already have my bachelor's degree, so I'm currently working on my master's degree. I have my bachelor's degree. But I'm reading a textbook chapter right now. Well, not a textbook chapter. I'm reading a video transcript. I'm having my computer read it to me, and I'm listening and taking notes when necessary. As you can see, I'm not taking as much notes as when I was reading the textbook chapter, because the lecture videos is literally just an extension of the textbook chapters. I already have most of the information already written down. King of the Weather said, hold up, gotta do something. Okay, welcome back. Are you Amish? No, I'm not, JM. Are you Amish? Diddy's secret formula. I don't know what that is. She didn't die in season 2. Slim. Unless they added more episodes. The pregnant lady didn't die in season 2. The King of the Weather said, I just have to turn my Mexican song. Okay. Ringtone. Okay, cool. Slim said, bro, in Squid Games season 2. Yeah, there was, but I don't want to spoil it. So if you guys haven't seen Squid Games yet, watch it. Season 2. And please, when season 3 comes out, don't spoil it for me. because they said season 3 is coming out in 2025, but I'm not like actively on Netflix. I haven't watched Netflix since the semester started, to be honest. Well, no, that's a lie. I watched Netflix when my mom was here. Oops. But I haven't watched Netflix since last weekend. I only watch Netflix. I try to, I don't want to say train myself, condition myself. Well, I guess you can say that. In the week, I tend to focus on my schoolwork, and then on the weekends, after like I do work such as this in the morning, I tend to watch like Netflix or something like that. So I haven't been on Netflix since last Saturday or Sunday. I have an iPhone, and right now I'm trying to charge it because I have 17% and it doesn't want to stay up.
New concept. Laws can't move as fast as technology. Monitor your social media accounts regularly. Monitor the accounts of your children. And stop harassment when you see it. Men and women experience different types of online harassment, with women having more sexual harassment and stalking, while men are called offensive words more often. Younger women, in particular, experience severe forms of online harassment again, suffering more harassment, sexual harassment, and stalk than their male counterparts. Clearly, we need to be aware of and sensitive to harassment online. Don't harass people, and don't let others harass people. Remember the golden rule. Another cyberbullying case was when 18-year-old Brandy Vela committed suicide in Texas in late 2016. Brandy's ex-boyfriend and his current girlfriend were arrested in March 2017 and charged with unlawful disclosure or promotion of intimate visual material he must have posted sexually suggested and/or explicit photos of Brandy without her permission. The current girlfriend was charged with stalking and online impersonation. She would try to friend Brandy using various user IDs and names. Even when Brandy didn't friend her, she still posted negative comments and abusive remarks, mainly talking about how fat Brandy was, she wasn't, and how ugly she was, she wasn't. This methodical, sustained harassment went on for quite some time. Eventually, Brandy couldn't handle it anymore. She shot and killed herself in front of her family. We as a community have to try to prevent harassment where we can. People can't be precious little snowflakes that can't handle any ideas different from their own, and people need to stand up for themselves. However, when we deal with the
You hear that? Don't be mean to people, okay? Especially people you do not know on social media, guys. I always say it, and for the most part, I really, 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 really appreciate all of like the Unique Lamia family / virtue supporters, because you guys are positive, okay? But like, if you are not a subscriber watching this, or I don't know if you are a subscriber and you tune into other people's content, just remember, what does a don't type mean stuff? Just please try not to do it, especially on social media, because we don't know what people are going through. I feel like I'm very good at disassociating when, I guess, trolls, as you will call them, come on the channel, because I've had them before, like come on the channel and say really mean stuff. But I'm really good at like not taking it to heart. But other people aren't like that, guys. So we got to remember that, especially when we use social media. Beautiful thing about social media is what I say, always say, people, you think you're safe. You think the real world, people in the real world can't find you. Government agencies can find you from your profile, even though you may use a really out there name. So it can be really easy for people to type mean comments because they feel like they have that form of protection. You really don't have that form of protection. And two, you never know what people are suffering from. So just try to promote the positivity on my channel, but when you watch other YouTubers, because I know you guys are subscribed to other YouTubers most likely, so just make sure to try and spread that positivity everywhere you go, guys.
huge population of internet users, we have to stand up for others and for what is right, even if the harassment may turn back to us. What can we do besides do our best to stand up for those who are being harassed or bullied? The object of the bullying can send the harasser written notice that their contact is unwanted, get a lawyer involved as needed, and keep all of the messages, postings, and writings in case you need to file suit against the harasser. Inform your internet provider of the problem, and the stalker's provider as well. If you can find it, call the police to try to get help. Never under any circumstances should you meet with the stalker. Society in general tries to protect those who are unable to protect themselves. One group that we try to protect is our children. It's difficult to protect them online, particularly with the ease that sexual predators can open a dialogue with vulnerable children. Some social networking sites are criticized for failing to protect children from sexual predators.
YouTube
Obviously,
kids,
this is a
not good
difficult
at all.
situation. How do we protect our children while not infringing on
Even Roblox. I don't think G's by our house right now. But even Roblox, okay? I've been on Roblox, and yes, the gaming system of Roblox, the universe is addictive, especially for little kids. But real people is on Roblox, okay? And they're speaking to little kids through like that voice audio. So Roblox isn't even good. But then again, nobody listens to Unique with Mia, right? It's not good.
My, or any adult's, rights to view what I want to view online? Remember that the First Amendment is often the deciding factor in determining who wins in a lawsuit. In the U.S., the First Amendment makes it difficult for us to protect children. We do have the sex offender registration and notification provisions, SORNA, passed in 2006, which attempts to capture the locations of sex offenders near you. It sets minimum standards of registration and notification for U.S. states.
Sending the love back to you. Thank you, thank you. Be safe out there on Roblox, though, especially if you're a user. Just be safe.
States. Of the almost 900,000 sex offenders, about 200,000 of them went on the registry as juveniles, some for consensual sex, others for sharing explicit photos with another minor, etc. We must protect our children. This map shows sex offenders per state per 100,000 people. While the sex offender registry provides some assistance to the community, it is incomplete, not always correctly updated, and may not include the crime committed. For instance, a child having consensual sex with another child may not be differentiated from a 45-year-old man having sex with a 15-year-old girl. The map is useful, however, to get an overall picture of the number of sexual predators in the U.S. With the advent of the internet and social networking, however, sexual predators can come into your home from places far, far away. SORNA is Title I of the Adam Walsh Act, originally passed in 2006 and updated in 2016. It attempts to make it easier for the public to determine how dangerous a particular sex offender is, by setting up 3 tiers of sex offenders, each with different lengths of registration times. One of the goals of the act is to honor the memory of Adam Walsh, who was abducted and killed in 1981. His father, John Walsh, hosted America's Most Wanted, to try to capture people who had been able to elude authorities. The show had some success with helping bring forward those wanted for various crimes. John Walsh's own son's case was not solved until 2008, when the police announced they had evidence of the identity of the killer, who had passed away in prison years earlier, but not before professing his guilt in the Adam Walsh case. States have struggled with the costs to catalog and track sex offenders, and the U.S. government and the U.S. Marshals Service has provided assistance. The 3 goals of the act are: 1. Protect children from sexual exploitation and violent crime. 2. Prevent child abuse and child pornography. 3. Promote internet safety. We come to the question, what can we upload? We also have to think about what should we upload. If we choose to do so, we can upload sexually explicit videos to our iCloud account. If we do that, however, we need to remember that the iCloud account may be shared with others, like your children and your soon-to-be ex-wife. This happened to a friend of mine. You will often hear about celebrity pictures getting leaked, a sex video of Kim Kardashian or nude photos of Jennifer Lawrence. If you have photos or video, don't store them on the cloud. If you do store them on the cloud, have a strong password, and don't share your password. Social media sites all have different terms of use and agreements. We agree to abide by them when we create an account. The site may, at its own discretion, remove your videos and/or photos if they are out of line with the accepted terms of use. Most social media sites have policies against uploading videos depicting violence or obscenity. We all know what obscenity is, right? If not, we simply ask the reasonable person, if he isn't too busy. Most social networking sites can choose to remove your material and even delete your account and bar you from access to the app. You agree to abide by their policies. And having a Facebook account isn't a right, it's a privilege and a choice. You have the First Amendment right to freedom of speech, but you don't have a right to a Facebook account, or to post sexually explicit videos on YouTube. However, the apps do not have the resources to review all of the material that is posted. Remember when we looked at what happens in an internet minute? It's impossible to review every video and photo and comment that is posted. Owners of intellectual property must be vigilant about protecting their rights of ownership, distribution, and making of derivative copies. You must protect your own intellectual property. Online virtual worlds have come a long way since the early to mid-1980s, when you would type Go W to move in a westward direction around an amusement park or whatever the setting might be. The immersive online virtual worlds that exist today are incredible. The graphics are stunning, and the number of tasks operating at once is incredible. Virtual reality lets us be wherever we want to be. For many millennials, and particularly for young men millennials, these video games are an important part of their lives. We have the advent of esports, where the best in the world come to compete on games like Call of Duty or Destiny or World of Warcraft. It's big business. In this shared multimedia environment, you can choose an avatar to represent you, and the avatar can be whoever you want it to be. My kids play these games. Although they get immersed in a game, particularly when it first comes out, they aren't buried in the game and never looking up. They go to work and/or school. They practice baseball. They go out with friends. But when they get to the video game world, they may have a completely different set of friends from all over the world. It's a massively multiplayer online video game, with many users playing at the same time. You form teams to work together and accomplish a mission, set in ancient times or World War II or wherever you want it to be. You take on different roles according to what you want to be today. I remember when my then 13-year-old was telling me about his friend from Canada. I told him to be careful, that people weren't always who they said they were. He said he knew this friend was a 15-year-old boy, and I said, "How do you know?" He said he knew, because he told the friend he was 14 years old. So they were being honest with each other. I'm glad that they have a wider circle of friends now and usually interact with people they actually know. They still have a few friends from around the world, but my kids are old enough and big enough to take care of themselves in a fight. If you ask them, they will also be smart enough. But I sometimes question that in these online environments, there is no skin color, no sexual orientation, no age, no sex. Everyone is whoever they want to be. As Bell Hooks, a feminist and activist, noted, we judge on the basis of what somebody looks like, skin color, whether we think they're beautiful or not. That space on the internet allows you to converse with somebody with none of those things involved. And in my view, that's a good thing. For all of the demeaning remarks made about millennials being entitled and spoiled, they're also less concerned about skin color or sexual orientation or whatever. They interact with you online because you have similar interests or are a good player. They don't judge by other external factors, and that's a good thing. However, millennials expect instant gratification and fast response and delivery. Businesses should take note of this large, upwardly mobile, well-educated, and technologically savvy group. If they don't buy your products or services now, you want them in the future to...
Alrighty. Welcome, King. King of the Weather, Skippy, all the subscribers who are still here. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for your continued support. I'm gonna read like these final comments. I just finished reading the transcript, so I read the textbook chapter, finished that out today, watched the lecture video session, read the transcripts for that. So I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna log off, but I'm gonna read the comments. But I'm going to make breakfast, and I'll make it like another YouTube live, eating breakfast and eat with me, just so this video's not too long. And then after that eat with me, I'll probably take like a 2-hour break, 3-hour break, and then I'll come back and work on like my writing assignments. I still have the duty phone. I have this phone until 5 p.m. So if anybody calls me, I have to answer it, go outside. It's been a quiet night, so hopefully it's a quiet day. What'd you guys say? Slim said, King of the Weather, sorry, brother. Anthony said, no one moves crystals in the South but me. Okay, cool. They have crystals in the South? Wow. What colors? Like pink, purple, red, blue? Do I have crystals? No, that's a South. I don't know what this is. This crystal? I don't know. Anthony said, I want to be mean to Zigzag, but I like him, so don't be mean. Look at the emojis Zigzag said. That's a really cool emojis. You guys have some cool emojis. Zigzag, this is a safe space. Yes, Anthony, this is a safe space. And now Zigzag said the heart. You deleted comments. Welcome. Glad you're still here, King of the Weather. Hey, Skip. Skippy, can I get a sponsorship deal? No, I forgot to ask that. Yes. Okay, Skippy, can you get Anthony a sponsorship deal? And then can you get me a sponsorship deal? Like, I can eat some pasta and some peanut butter, some pasta, some bread, some pasta. What am I saying? Some peanut butter, some bread, some peanut butter, some crackers. Like, get us that sponsorship. Skippy. Skippy said, Anthony, depends. How do you plan to increase the brand visibility? Ask me the question, Skippy. Lucas, King of the Water, said, okay. Really? Anthony said by brute force. Brute force. King of the Water said, sounds good. Oh, wait. Crystal is drugs. Illegal drugs. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. I don't want that crystal. I thought you meant crystals like that you put in rings. Illegal drugs is not good. Do not do that. I'd send you 10 boxes a month. Skippy said. Anthony said, I'll get people with. Really, Anthony? Anthony said I'll get people with allergy seeds, Skippy. No, like, right, Skippy. Oh, Skippy said they'll give me a free sponsorship. Sending you hearts, Skippy. Thank you, thank you. Yes, give me that free sponsorship. And then I'll promote you. Like, I can definitely incorporate Skippy into my daily meals, whether that's for breakfast, for like a snack. Like, do you give like sweatshirts as well? Like, I'm a big sweatshirt person when I go live just because I can't wear like clothes that has like cartoon characters on it, and sweatshirts are the most neutral things. This might become my YouTube live uniform now that I think about it, because yeah, sweatshirts is like the only thing that I don't get banned when I wear it, because YouTube, their AI system that looks for community guideline strikes, anytime I wear like most of my like loungewear clothes has like characters on, anytime I wear it, they think I'm under the age of 18, so they give me a false community guideline strike. So to avoid that, I just started to wear hoodies with when I go live. So yeah, I can definitely promote you, Skippy. But you have to use Skippy for all your mails. Yeah, I can definitely do that, depending like how much you send me. Email me, like professional emails posted. So yeah, definitely like if you're legit. It's the real Skippy brand, or if you know connections to the real Skippy people, tag them. Tell them Unique Lamia can do a sponsorship for you guys. Anthony said, Skippy, I need money. People might die, but yo, we don't want to get money that way. We don't want people to die to get money. No, we don't want to give people who are allergic to peanut butter products, Anthony. Let's not do that. Any publicity is good publicity. What do you guys think about that statement? Any publicity is good publicity. I get tongue-tied. It's genetic. I think my mom's tongue-tied, so now it seems like I am as well. I don't think any publicity is good, because sometimes publicity can get people boycotted. I gotta submit this really quickly. So I'm gonna submit this in like an application that my university uses, and then I'm gonna go and do something else. Yeah, we only want positive publicity because we don't want them to get boycotted. And then that's not good. Natural selection, Anthony. That's like a book I read one time. Like, that's funny. Natural selection, okay. Where's the owl chat? I need to find your name. 1 second, guys. I need to go. Type. What is your name? I forget my residence name. 10%. My phone needs to charge, guys. Update. I'm just feeding people. King of the Weather said, for my birthday, I'm gonna get 3 things. What are the 3 things you're gonna get? That's not nice, Anthony. We don't want to do that. We can give them an alternative peanut butter that it won't be peanut butter, obviously, but we can give them something that has the same consistency as peanut butter so they can be included. We don't want to give them the real thing if they can't eat it, because we don't want anybody to be injured or unfortunately die. So we're not going to do that. At least I hope you don't do that. I'm not going to do that. Hopefully you don't do it either. What's this new person's name? Did I submit attempts? I'm gonna have to log off and do this on my phone. I'll do this later in a minute. Let me see. I'm just feeding them for my birthday. We got 3 things. A DJ mic 2, a Nike tag, and soccer cleats. Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, it sounds like, so you'll have those soccer shoes to be soccering on the field, playing soccer on the field, and then you'll have the mic. So, oh yeah, your mic to like the weather, like to practice your weather person's voice, and maybe you can even practice what you would be like when you're chasing those tornadoes. So yeah, the mic, definitely cool. And then is that Nike? Is that like a windbreaker? The Nike? I don't know what that is, but cool. Oh, okay, yeah, but different. Okay, cool. You mean soccer? Are you like soccer, Anthony? All right, nice. So I'm gonna log off really quickly, guys, because my phone, one, it's dying, and I tried to like plug it in and let it go live, but it's not. It's gonna fall down. So I only have 9%. And then 2, I have to do this on my computer really quickly. And then 3, I'm gonna go make breakfast, but I'm gonna tune back in. I'm not making anything special, really. I'm just gonna cut up some cheese, put on some bread, get an orange, and then I'll eat it on live with you guys. You hate soccer? What? Why? But thank you so much. Shout out to all you guys. Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to King of the Weather. Shout out to Slim. Shout out to Drake. Shout out to Stew Lover Kitchen. Shout out to Skippy. Shout out to Zigzag. Shout out to JM. Shout out to Terrifier. Shout out to Stew Lover Kitchen. Just shout out to all you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the live. Thank you so much for your engagement. I really enjoyed it. And you know what? Shout out to you guys for making it to the end, because I feel like you guys were here from the start and most of you are still here. So thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed this YouTube live video. I am going to end it here, but don't worry. I'll be back on live in maybe like 10 to 15 minutes when my phone gets charge up a little bit, and then let me just do this administrative task I have to do. So make sure you are subscribed, make sure your post notifications are on, guys, and I hope to see you in the next YouTube live video or the comment section of my full nutritional YouTube video. Bye, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for reading with me, and hopefully you learned something about social media and enjoyed it. See you soon, guys. Bye.